Okay, it is going. Can you see the thing working? Is it working?
Is it working?
Well, can you see it like from what's going on?
Wait, but do you still have that little window open that says audio recording?
Yeah, but it's like the movie's playing now.
The movie's playing. Oh no, it's not moving.
Okay, well then I'll explain. It should catch up pretty soon. But like,
Okay, are you cutting the shoe apart now?
yes.
Yes. Okay, I can see it.
Okay,
It's lagging a little bit, but I can see it.
awesome. Okay, so hello to whoever watches this.
Hi.
Hello. Um, I am what you're watching, I guess, is me tearing apart shoes because I decided to make shoes, and so yeah, I decided to make shoes, and so this is what I did to make them because I'm a shoemaker. I'm a cobbler. Uh, so yeah, so I took the. Can you see it? By the way, can you see what's going
I
on?
can see it now. It
Okay. So what I did was I had some old shoes, some Adios, and what I did was I took the sole off because they were talking like from the back, like I don't know what it's called when like they're talking from the back, but you know sometimes your shoes talk like if they're torn at the front, right? So I guess it had
Yes,
like a butt or something going on. What?
they're soulless shoes.
Yeah, so I so
Back talking you.
I cut them out and then I just had the sole and then I went back and I fixed it like I tried cutting away at the whatever was left of the suit the sole to make it smooth and that took like a little bit not so long as not as long as I thought it was gonna take but I mean I made it work or whatever and I didn't cut myself or anything except for the other day when I was doing something random and then I cut myself but that turned out okay but yeah so I I cut it open and right now I'm just cleaning it. They're like I'm cutting off like the skin on the top kind of. I don't know if that makes any sense, but there's a bumper, like the outer bumper, right? That's what I'm cutting out. And that took like a while. And I was just gonna leave it.
Are you just doing that with the box cutter?
Yeah, the box cutter. And it's the side bumper because they have like the sole, like a shoe has a sole on the bottom, and then they put the shoe on top of the sole, and then on the around it they have like the bumper guard, like that other piece of plastic, and so I'm cutting that off right now, and it's taking forever. This is gonna be a long video. Let's just talk about something else while I.
Yeah, well, it's going fabulously.
Yeah, I'm doing great technique. I'm.
Way
I've.
to look super sexy while doing
You
it.
can't even see anything. It's just my hands.
Way to
Creeper,
your hands look super sexy while oh my god, look at that watch.
molester. Stop hitting on my hands. So what I'm doing. Creepy. What I'm doing right now is I drew like a stencil like of another shoe, which is a genius idea because like when you're making a shoe based off of like one sole, you should use another sole to draw a stencil, right? It only makes sense.
Oh my god, are we talking about life now?
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I just drew a stencil to get like the shape of the shoe, and right now I'm darkening it in, but I use that to make the measurements for the cloth, and just to which I didn't end up working out anyways because I'm dumb and I didn't follow them because I'm a renegade, and so uh, yeah, I made the stencils which I kind of used but didn't use in the end anyway, so I guess it didn't really matter. But it helped me to cut out the cloth in a specific way so it would all like mesh together well, and then the side angle thing is just to see like around like how high it was supposed to be. So that's what that is right now. I don't know what I'm doing uh, now. Oh yeah, I realized that I used the wrong sole, and then I went back and I put the other one on top, and I was like, that's the one I'm supposed to use. And then for that, I'm just making sure that it was the same length and everything. So Stephanie,
So
what do
it sounds
you?
like you're just using that to cut out the fabric, you said, right?
Yeah, I'm using it like as a
A little
ruler
circle.
basically, you know, like to just to gauge how much fabric I need and like you know, to like what extent, like to how much I should cut out. And I ended up like I actually used nothing of the fat. Like I brought 3 different cloths, a white canvas which was for the inside, the green stripe part which was for the outside, and then I have a completely different one, a black one, which I plan on using for your shoes when you send them to me. But as far as that goes, that's basically what I use. It's just a gauge to see how much fabric I needed. And right now, yeah, that's the fabric. And I'm like measuring to like see kind of where I wanted the top part to be. I don't know what it's called. The part above the tongue, the mouth. Is that right?
It's called a mouth.
Yeah. So just like the part where the shoelaces go. And we kind of decided that we were gonna put buttons on it, but I haven't gone back and like put the buttons on it yet. But I was just measuring that and like drawing on it. I haven't erased the drawings on it either, so I have pencil on my shoe. But I have to back and erase it, I guess. And so now I'm stitching up the sides to the no, I'm stitching up the top part to like close it up to make sure that it's like super close, because like I didn't put it into this clip.
Wait, when did all that stitching go on?
I was doing that. Remember when we were online and we are talking and I was sewing like in front of you? I was talking to you on the camera, so I didn't get to like get any of that. But I sewed it all on the sewing machine, and then that last part is just I wanted some red there, so I just stitched it up with red, and it came out kind of pretty, I think. No, not at all.
No, it did. I'm curious, like what patterns you use. Like, how did you even get to that? How did you know to do that?
Oh, what do you mean?
Like the patterns.
What's
like what? You see the okay.
What's a pattern?
Eddie, the fabric. Like, how did you know to cut it that way and to sew it in that place?
Are you talking about like the stripes?
Yeah, the striped fabric. Why did you cut it that way? How did you know to do that?
Because we talked about like having the vertical stripes and then like the horizontal stripes. Remember, like you said, like you should, because we were talking. I told you like I had stripes, and you're like, well, you can have like one part going one way, and then another part going the other way, right? You remember?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's what. So that's what I did, and as for like the stitching, I probably used the wrong stitching. Like I haven't wore them yet. I'm probably gonna go run around the block right now in them and see what happens, see if they fall apart. Which is like they tear, but they could burst into flames and just tear and like fall apart. All super depressed, like walk home like shoeless.
I'm gonna run 7 miles in them right now.
Yeah, BRB guys. But yeah, but as for like the pieces, like the big toe part and then like the side wings, you know, I just looked at another shoe and then copied the same thing, but it's not even like symmetrical or anything. It's just it's actually really off in a lot of different places. But yeah, so what you guys saw is like I was sewing the back of the shoe, which was for the back part, and then I had already stitched up the other part, like the front part. You can see it right here with the red stitching on the little lip that's sticking out. And then what I'm doing is I had it's like syringe glue. It's like the 2 chemicals you put them together and it makes it like super strong. You can buy like Home Depot or something. It's my dad's. But so yeah, you squirt it onto the page and then like you mix it so the chemical like reacts or whatever, and then I just took a toothpick and then I spread it down on like the sole, and then I stuck my hand in there like I'm doing right now, and like I pressed it down like where I wanted it to be, and this is the right one, so it actually came out a little smaller than the left one. I would have showed the other one, but the other one was like in the middle of the night when I was doing it. But yeah, so I would just stick it in there, like I would hold it because it reacts, you know, like it's 2 chemicals, so it gets really hot and then it cools down. Yeah, it's intense. It's intense.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
I wonder what it is.
I don't know what it is. You know what? I had not anymore. I threw it away. The little wrapper or whatever. Yeah, I had a wrapper.
Yeah, don't get your.
And this was this morning actually, because this.
Tell them what happened to your.
Oh, I don't want to tell them what happened to my hand. So I'll tell them right now. So this right here is like from this morning. Like I just finished this shoe this morning. I'm putting the rubber bumper on it. That black thing is inner tubing that my dad gave me. I think it's like for you fix like leaks with it. Like if you have like an inner tube that you go like swimming with, like a big donut, and like it's got a hole, like you put that stuff on it and like you patch it up. But I use it for the thing, and right now I started at the toe and I glued it, and now I'm just wrapping it around, kind of like do it in parts. Like I would glue the toe part, and then it would cement itself, and then after it would dry, like I would do the other part, which is you guys will see like in a little bit. But yep, see right there. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Oh, so what happened to me? Stephanie was texting me, and I definitely didn't ignore her because that was the assumption because I didn't reply for like 3 to 4 hours, and she had sent me like 100 to 600 texts, and she was just like, "What is going on?" Like, roughly, yeah, approximately like estimated 600 texts. But she was asking what had happened, like what planet I had visited, and I told her that like the glue, because it was like, if you can see it right now, it's like on the paper or whatever, it was just everywhere, and I glued my hands to my desk and certain other things, and so I just couldn't get to the phone really. And it just doesn't come off really. Like you have to like just really scrub. We're lucky as like human beings that we secrete oil through our hands, because if we didn't, we would just be hosed. Like we'd be in so much trouble. Like really, when you think about it, 'cause it's just like it's that
We'd be
stuff.
what? What did you say?
What?
We'd be what?
Hosed?
Okay, yeah.
What did you think I said?
I don't know. I missed it completely.
But yeah, and now right now I'm cutting up the remainder of the bumper, so I'm just like cleaning it up basically, which kind of took a while. Oh, I didn't cut myself. I only glued myself, which is good, like great stuff. For like it took like 2 days, I think. Is that how long it took? I feel.
Yeah, it took like 2 days. Is it about to finish?
Yeah,
Tell them everything that you wish you would have done.
I wish I would have cut the fabric a little better, and wish that like the stitching was cleaner, and you probably used stronger stitches, stronger like wire, whatever, like the little yarn thing. I wish I would have used stronger one, because I kind of used like the weak one. So the next one, I'll use better sewing equipment, and then also
Maybe upholstery thread or something.
yeah, I have like some leather ones sitting around somewhere. And then also, I think as far as the sole and like the shoe, like the outer fabric, I know how to make it better. Like you kind of have to sew, like you have to basically have to make a slipper. You have to sew in the bottom part, the bottom fabric, and then you glue it down, and it's a lot easier transition. So I have to cut out a shape of like the sole in the fabric, and then stitch the outside of the shoe to the fabric sole, and then like glue the sole down onto the actual plastic sole, and it'll come out a lot better. It'll be way easier to manage. And then I just throw the bumper on it. I just save myself like a bunch of work, and I could be more exact with everything that I'm doing. But I think that's it. Like this is the end of the video basically.
And also, use scissors that you only cut fabric with.
Or I could just use my teeth.
Right?
All right.